Well, howdy, folks. All Greg's here. Well, sci-fi wargamer over there on the internet or YouTube. Did a video showing a scratch-built Baneblade from back in the day that came out of the White Dwarf. Because GW did not produce a Baneblade or any of that type at the time, and they released a instructions on how to build your own Baneblade. And so I cut them out and built my own for my Imperial Guard army. And what you see in front of you is something that I did probably, 25 years ago or so when I built that, when it came out in White Dwarf. And since then, obviously, around 2005 or so, they had the actual Baneblade model come out. There was a Baneblade model that was about the size of the one that I scratch built that had come out that had a shadow sword and a Baneblade together, because the center section would pop out and you could interchange them around. And gosh, the ones that made the very first Knight and Warhound Titan and Eldar Titans from way back in the day. And they're still around, but they don't do any of that stuff nowadays. But what you see here is, here's the standard one that's come out 15 years ago or so, somewhere in there. That's one of them. I have the Shadow Sword and the Stormblade or Stormhammer, whatever it is, the one with the big Gatling cannon on it. So I have one of each of those. And here's the typical Marine for scale. And here's the outside. There's the other one. But this is the one I scratch built using the instructions that come out of the White Dwarf. Obviously, it's not really fancy, but at the time when you had nothing, it was considered an official tank to be able to use in GW games, because they put the instructions out and you built it. So according to the rules, actually, it could probably still use it. Not that I'd give a darn, but I built it out of balsa wood. So that's pretty light, and all kinds of tubes and stuff, plastic, and I had some train stuff laying around I used on it to fill it out, and there it is. That is the one I built about 25 years ago. I still got the White Dwarf someplace. It's in a box in the back room. I didn't bother digging it out to find it, but I'll probably put a link down to the video that it shows it. So if anybody has built one of these themselves and want to put it out on video, go ahead and do that too. But it is slightly bigger than the standard Land Raider. So that's one of my Chaos Land Raiders I have right there. It's my Zinch Slanish one. It's usually Zinch because it's got multicolors in it, but it's about the same size one, slightly wider in scale comparatively compared to the two. So it's a little bit bigger, a little wider, but they're about the same length. But at the time, that was a big piece of game equipment that you could put on the table. That would take up a lot of space, because the rhinos are really small back in the day. Let's see if I can dig some out here. If I got them handy. No, nothing in that box. Must be the other box. Over here. There we go. There. That's a rhino. Your standard rhino from back in the day. That's how big it was, comparatively. So scale-wise, that thing was huge compared to what a rhino used to look like. And now you see what a rhino is huge comparatively, compared to, how scale has gone up It's like these guys couldn't even barely crawl out of that thing now. That's how big they've gotten. And we got scale creep of everything. But that's it. That's the White Dwarf Baneblade that you could scratch build using their instructions. I still have the instructions that I could use to make it again if I wanted to. I won't, but I could. All right, hope you guys enjoy it. This is Hulkrix, and we will talk with you later.